Now, marketers and analysts and developers have been paying attention to the deprecation of third-party cookies for a while now, and it looks like things are coming to a head this year in 2024. So I thought it might be useful to try and give everyone else a bit of an overview. So if you're a CEO or COO or VP of Ecom and you don't get into the weeds quite this far, this might be a very quick way for you to get a sense of what's coming. This is going to matter to all of you. You might as well know what it means. Now, I know you've got a busy day, so we're only going to take that many seconds to get through this. Here we go. Cookies are a unit of storage within the browser, and websites are able to place cookies for specific values in the browser, and when you go back to that website or continue your session, that is what the website can see that they had set earlier. In technical terms, this is allowing a stateless protocol like HTML to carry a state like, I have things in my cart. A website can only see the cookies that it sets in a browser. So as you're browsing the internet, you might visit more than one website, and they may each set cookies, but each of those websites can only see their own values. So for example, the purple site can only see the purple ID, and the green site can only see the green one. Now, there's a special case where whatever that other website was is a source of traffic to you. In this case, I'll be talking about Google, but the same applies to any marketing platform that has a tracking tag on your confirmation page. So imagine that you are on Google, you search for a product, Google's going to drop an ID on your browser so that Google recognizes you. You then go through your shopping experience on the purple website, and when you get to the order confirmation page, Google has a tag installed there that's still hosted from their domain but included by the purple website that allows Google to say, I recognize that ID, I now know to log that there was a conversion worth this much. Now imagine that Google has that kind of tag installed across a bunch of other websites. That allows them to track that user across those websites. This has contributed to the consumer perception of privacy issues around third-party cookies. That's also compounded by the sheer number of tags that each site could have installed sending data to who knows where, and the fact that each of those tags could theoretically import other tags too. I've once seen a retargeting display tag import 19 other tags. No wonder the consumers are a little bit worried, right? So we're going to see that kind of plumbing curtailed with this change. Something like this happened actually with iOS 14, and that affected a lot of devices certainly. This time around it's Google doing the same thing to Chrome. So we are looking at a situation where we have to develop beyond this kind of system. Now that we've got the backstory handled, all the technical details, what are the implications going forward for e-commerce executives? Now, Google's going to recognize some portion of those users because they're logged in with their Chrome profiles and so on. So if we can still tell Google about those conversions, Google can identify that these are the ones that it recognizes from those earlier steps. This is first-party data going through a server-side connection rather than a third-party cookie going through a confirmation page tag on your website. So it uses different plumbing to try to accomplish the same thing over what audience Google can still identify. Now, Google's been working on a solution to this kind of problem for a while, especially since iOS 14. They've never really had complete data, and so they've had to work around that. One of the ways that they do that is by modeling what the overall behavior is, and they do that from what sample they can directly measure. This is if you had a slice of pizza and it had pepperoni on it, and you drew the conclusion that the rest of the pizza most likely has pepperoni as well. Most likely being the important words in that sentence, however. This is still going to be an estimate. That means that the reports coming out of Google Ads and any other platforms that use the same kind of logic are going to be approximations. And if they are consistently high or consistently low, you're going to have to adjust your budgetary expectations proportional to that actual difference. That correlation should be good, but I wouldn't trust it. All right, so what do you need to remember? One, Google is going to be reporting against these modeled conversions. These are going to be estimates, they're going to be approximations, so you should be interpreting them that way internally, and update your assumptions about how you're using those approximations a couple of times a year just in case there's any drift in the way that Google's approximation models reality. Two, Google's going to need more data. That might involve pushing more custom audiences to them from Google Analytics or email lists or event feeds. Basically, the more data you can give Google, theoretically, the better your campaigns could perform in the right hands. Another thing you're going to need to do more of is incrementality testing. You're going to have to do holdback analysis and A/B testing to test how much of an impact campaigns are actually having. This is how you validate the assumptions that are coming out of that modeled data. And then finally, new tools are being developed right now that may help alleviate some of these problems in certain circumstances. Well, I hope that helps. If you have any further questions, definitely feel free to drop a comment below, or if you'd like to have a longer conversation about it, feel free to email me at roy@statbib.com. As you can probably tell, I love to talk shop, so hit me up anytime.